Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Nosheen Rana. I am from University of Law. Currently, I am doing my PhD from Naman, Islamabad. Today, I am going to present my study in this conference that will be virtual. The topic of my research paper is 9/11 American Fiction and American Nation, a reading of Eric Walters, We All Fall Down. So before I start my presentation, I would like to share my screen with you so that you can see what I am presenting to you. So, this is the topic of my presentation, 9/11 American Fiction and American Nation, a reading of Eric Walters, We All Fall Down. This novel was originally produced in 2006. So before I start my presentation, I would like to tell you about the sequence of my presentation. The outline of this presentation is that it would start with the introduction. I would give a brief introduction of my study. Then I would tell you about the rationale of the study, then research objectives, research questions, theoretical framework, and then I would talk about the main argument of my study, and finally the conclusion. Okay, let's start with the introduction of my study. 9/11 event, it took place in America, but the aftershocks of this event, they were being felt throughout the globe. Many countries and people from different nations, they were being affected by this magnanimous event that is 9/11. So as writers, they have huge responsibility over their shoulders because they are representing the society and whatever is happening in the society. So at that time and after that time, American writers, they started writing about this event, and they described various aspects of this event. So my study would primarily see that whether American writers, they did fulfill their responsibility as writers or not. Because being writers, it was their responsibility to present the event in an honest way. So for that purpose, I would be using a theoretical framework, and then I would analyze this topic. I would analyze this novel to see that whether Eric Walter, he had performed his duty as a writer or not, whether he has presented the real picture and the real causes and consequences of the event, or he has just domesticized this event that is 9/11. So this is basically the introduction of my study. The rationale of the study is that when American writers, they started writing about this event 9/11, they had a huge responsibility over their shoulders. They wanted to tell the world what has happened in America. But on the other hand, there were critics who kept on reminding these writers that they had to present this part of the history in a collective manner. They should not present their individualistic opinion or their own personal opinion about this event. So Ray Anderson was one of the critics who had written kind of his essay in which he made this thing clear that American, sorry, So Ray Anderson was the man who, he was a critic basically, who wrote an essay, Blurry Close-Ups, in which he wrote it very clearly that American writers and American fiction, it should be the clear picture of whatever has happened in America. It should tell about the reasons and the consequences of this event, and they should not take this event only as a simple event that has killed people. Rather, they have there is need to globalize this event, and they need to tell the world that they need to tell this event in a way that such events or such happenings may not happen again. So in my study, I would use Ray Anderson's views as my theoretical framework, and then I would analyze this novel to see whether this writer, Eric Walter, he has fulfilled his duty as a writer or not. Coming to the objectives of this research, this research, it has basically twofold. This research is twofold, and it has two objectives, two main objectives that I have, I am about to cover this study, keeping in mind these two objectives. The first one is to deal with the thematic attributes of American 9/11 fiction. And the second objective of my study would be to critically observe the Americanness of American nation. Now, as I have said, that this study would be twofold, because I would be analyzing American fiction on one hand, and I would be analyzing American nation and their attributes and what makes him American, in the light of another critic whose name is Terry Gilton. So this study would be twofold. So these are two objectives of my study. Coming to the questions of my study, the first question is, does Eric Walters' work, We All Fall Down, satisfy the requirements of American fiction as theorized by Ryan Anderson? The second question is, to what extent main characters in a novel are successful to retain their Americanness? As I have said, that I would be studying Americanness of American nation in the light of Terry Gilton's book, which I would be discussing in the next slides. Talking about my theoretical framework, I have taken two essays, rather one is essay and the second one is a book. So the first theoretical framework that I have chosen is that of Ryan Anderson and his essay, Blurry Close-Ups, American Literature and 9/11. So I would be taking his ideas as my theoretical framework. And the second critic or second theorist is Terry Gilton, and his book Across the Pond, An Englishman's View of America, is a remarkable book where he has presented his observations regarding American nation, and where he has told very clearly that American nations, they are different from other nations because they do follow certain attributes. And what are those attributes? They would be discussed in detail. Coming to the main text that I have selected for this study, I have selected this novel, We All Fall Down. Basically, the story, it revolves around a boy who is a 9th grade student, and he was being assigned a task by his teacher that they have to visit their father's workplace for one day. And he was with his father on the same day when World Trade Center was being attacked. So the story, it basically deals with the description of those 7 to 8 hours when both father and son, they managed to come out of those towers, which were either destroyed or they were collapsing. So this story is basically about that day. Now, let me tell you what does Ryan Anderson says. What does he say in his theoretical essay, Blurry Close-Ups, American Literature and 9/11. The first point is that Ryan Anderson emphasizes over the fact that 9/11 event, it belongs to us all because it has affected almost the whole world. There are so many countries who have been affected directly, and there are other nations which are affected indirectly. So one should accept this fact that 9/11 event, it does belong to us all. Secondly, he says, okay, writers need to develop a collective narrative or a counter narrative for what has been written by the terrorists, because he believes that terrorists, through their attacks, they have told the world that they can do anything. So writers need to develop a counter narrative, and they should tell the world that they can tell the truth to the world. So their narrative should be collective. It should not be individualistic. They should tell the world with a collective ideology that this kind of event should not happen again. Thirdly, he says that American writers, they are not fulfilling their duty because they are basically de-collectivizing or they are depoliticizing this big crisis. They are writing stories about family members. Some of them have died during this 9/11 event, and some, they are being rescued. And then the writers, they are more into telling about their emotional state, about their physical state, but they are not talking about the overall impact of this event over the lives of people. So they have just domesticized this event, this big crisis. So Ryan Anderson, he doesn't want writers to be this much, this much irresponsible. Then he says that writers, American writers specifically, they are not talking about the importance of this 9/11 event. They are just presenting a blurry close-up of private life affairs of people in their stories, in their novels. So whatever novel you pick, whatever story you pick, you would find a blurry close-up of the private life affairs. And you would feel like as if 9/11 doesn't matter. And these people and their lives and their emotions and their, love affairs, they matter a lot. And nobody is talking about the big crisis that is 9/11. And then he further says that American writers, they have shown that they are complete failure when it comes to face the challenge posed by the event 9/11. And just like that traumatized event of Auschwitz, they are just ignoring the importance of this event, or they are kind of showing to the world that they do not want to talk about it. They do not want to explore the reasons of this event. And then he says that American literature, it should have been global literature right now, because whatever has happened in America, it could have happened anywhere else. But right now, American literature, or right after the 9/11, American writers, they have just made their literature less global. So the point of the whole discussion is that Ryan Anderson is not very happy when it comes to American fiction and American writers, because he thinks that it was a big time, it was a high time that writers could fulfill their duties as writers, and they could spread awareness about this event, and they could stop the world or the terrorists from doing such things again. So this is all about Ryan Anderson and his ideas. And then he talks about another thing, and that is that what should they write about actually. He says, Ryan Anderson says, that they should address this historical and political importance of 9/11. They should not separate the event from its political or historical context. They cannot present this thing that this event took place in a vacuum. Out of nowhere, somebody came and they destroyed these towers. There must be a reason. So writers should be confident enough, they should be bold enough to tell the world what were the reasons, and why did attackers come, and why did they attack these towers. And then he has quoted Judith Butler, and Judith Butler says that we always present this event 9/11 as if out of nowhere it happened. So we do not tell the story from the beginning. We start it from the middle. And then Ryan Anderson further says that writers have responsibility to connect the event with terrorism, religion, poverty, economics, colonialism, geopolitics, and oil trade, because all these things are interconnected. And that is why 9/11 took place. Ryan Anderson further says that writers must draw a line between personal and political, local and global, present and past, emotions and reason, so that they could give a clear picture of the global consequences of the event. So you see, Guy Anderson, he has been very emphatic when it comes to the depiction of 9/11 event. Coming to the second theorist, that is Terry Gilton, I have already told you that my study is multifold. It is twofold, basically. I would be studying American fiction from the perspective of Ryan Anderson's essay, Blurry Close-Ups. And secondly, at the same time, I would be studying American nation as well, that what was their attitude towards that event when it was actually happening. And for that purpose, I have borrowed this, ideas of Terry Gilton, which he had written in his book, Across the Pond, An Englishman's View of America. So these characteristics or attributes that he has presented about Americans, they are very interesting. Rather, if somebody knows, American people and he is familiar with them, or if somebody himself is an American, then he cannot, deny the fact that Terry Gilton's observation is quite right when he says that Americans are workaholics. They have this tendency to work all the time. They keep themselves busy in work all the time. And secondly, he says that they are idealists. They have some ideals in their minds, and then they do their best to accomplish that ideal. And then he says that as far as American state is concerned, American state is a bit different from other states, because Americans, they do want to earn money. They do earn money, and they are materialistic, no doubt about it, because when they earn money, they have these materialistic, beliefs and ideas. But Terry Gilton says that they have given a very strange, unworldly or metaphysical touch to their materialistic desires, and they think that they are doing something godly when they are earning money. So this is quite interesting about American nation, that they have given a metaphysical touch to their materialistic desires and affairs. Then he says that in Americans there is a strange combination of power and virtue. They want to be powerful, but at the same time they want to present themselves, and they try their best to present themselves as virtuous as well. So this is quite interesting about American nation. And if we find certain events in the from the novel, then we can see that these characteristics or attributes that Terry Gilton has observed, they are very much there in the character of character of father and son. Both of them, they are typical Americans, and they have this Americanness of American nation. So talking about nature, Terry Gilton says that for about nature, Americans, they have a very strange belief. They do not think that nature is God made. Whatever has been made by God, that is something different. But they call those buildings and those structures which man has created, they call it nature. For example, the Statue of Liberty or the Twin Towers or tall buildings, they think that they are worth appreciating because they are being constructed by men. So their concept of nature is quite different. For them, nature is not what God has created. Nature is what man has created, and specifically what American men have created. So coming to their beliefs, their certain ideologies, they think that anything is possible if you wish for it. So if you want to attain something, you just have to make a wish, and then you can work for it, and then you can attain that thing. So they have strong belief over this thing, that if you want to achieve something, you have to wish for it first. Secondly, they have this belief that since they are the best nation, God has chosen them. So these statements or these observations are made by Terry Gilton. What I would do in my study is that I would find these Americanness in the characters of John and Will, to see that whether they have this Americanness or not. Another characteristic of Americans, or another belief of American nation, is that they think that they cannot face failure. Failure is not made for them. They can never fail anything. If there is some problem, that is just a problem. That is not a failure, and which I think is a very positive belief. So with this belief, they keep on learning, they keep on improving, and they keep on, maintaining their standard, and they keep on maintaining their image as the best nation of the world, because they think that there is no failure. There is just a problem which can be challenged and solved. And then they also believe that they are ingenious, they are very, very intelligent, they are resourceful, they are inventive and constructive. This is one of their, belief. And Terry Gilton says that they have a specific ideology when it comes to their nation, when it comes to their country, and they are not shy of, presenting or speaking about their ideology. You can say that they keep on wearing their ideology on their sleeves. So this is all about American nation. So So as we have seen that I have already discussed that Terry Gilton, he has presented a very clear and a very interesting view of Americanness and American nation. So in my study, I would be discussing these attributes in the characters of John and Will. So once again, I would take your permission to share my slides. Okay. So coming to the main argument of my study, as we have already discussed American beliefs and the concept of nature. So I would be, sharing my screen, and I would be starting this slideshow from, front slide. Yeah. So the main argument of my study is that, talking about very close-up view of, Ry Anderson, we can find in the novel that the whole story, it revolves around the feelings and emotions and conversations and thoughts of John and Will. The father is busy in rescuing himself, he is busy in saving his child, but at the same time, he is busy in answering the questions of his child as well. So he's talking about his family, they are talking about the mother, they are talking about the family members, and but outside the window, they could see that a whole tower is being collapsed. So the main focus of Eric Walter is to engage the reader with the personal lives of John and Will, and he is not talking about. Rather consciously, it seems as if writer is avoiding the consequences and the causes of this event. So one wonders that if outside the window one tower is being collapsed, and what's the point of showing that John is right now worried about his wife and Will is asking about his mother. So the detailed study or the detailed analysis of the novel shows that Ryan Anderson is quite right when he says that American writers, they have not taken this responsibility of being writers as seriously, because they have not presented the event in a very serious way, and they have presented it as if something some strange thing is happening, and that has nothing to do with the personal lives of the characters, and they are focusing on the conversation, and they are focusing on the past and future life of these two characters. So I have made a detailed analysis in my paper, telling my audience that John and Will, their lives are important, no doubt about it. But what about those hundreds of people who were being, injured and who were dying outside the window? So it seems as if consciously writer has, he has not turned the camera, and he has been focusing on John and Will. He does not allow his reader to think what is happening outside the window. So John and Will, they are on the 48th floor when it all, it starts happening. And then they do manage to come down within, 40 minutes. That again is a very strange thing. But there is not a single page, there is not a single paragraph where you could feel the seriousness of this event. It seems as if something normal is happening, and both father and son, they are trying to come out of that situation. So yeah, Eric Walter is quite right. Sorry, Ryan Anderson is quite right when he says that this is just a blurry close-up. This is just a blurry picture of the personal life of characters, and not the globalized version, or not the universal kind of presentation of the event, which should have been presented by the writers. Talking about the Americanness of both characters. So as I have said that they are workaholics. So yeah, John is a man who is very punctual in his office. He is being admired and appreciated not only by his colleagues, but by his boss and his family as well, because he's a workaholic, and he all the time he keeps himself engaged in work. Secondly, they think that they are earning money. John tells his son that, yeah, I'm earning money, but not for you, but for the sake of the whole world, because I want to provide a normal life to the people who are suffering and who are dying out there. So you see, this is how he has made, he has given a metaphysical touch to his, materialistic lifestyle. And then Terry Gilton, he has talked about nature, that for them, nature is not what God has created. And we see in the novel that John, he tells his son Will to look outside the window and to admire the buildings and the structures and the bridges constructed by Americans. So they are quite they are not looking at the clouds, and they are not looking at the natural scenes, or they are looking at the buildings, and they are thinking as if they are feeling the cold breeze, or they are feeling the fresh breeze of the morning by looking at those high and tall buildings. So this is how they are admiring a man-made buildings. Another point is that Terry Gilton says that Americans think that they are they are the saviors of this world, and we can see that John continuously keeps on giving this impression to his son that he is a kind of Superman, because he has this ability to not only save his life, but to save his child's life, and to save other people's lives as well, because there is a Chinese woman who is being presented as helpless, and then Phil's father becomes up, and he takes care of that lady, and he manages to rescue that lady, and this is how he is presenting kind of Superman kind of picture, so which seems quite strange. And then they keep on reminding each other, father and son, they keep on reminding each other that their country is the best country, their nation is the best nation, because and why these attacks happen, there is just one reference of these attacks, and that is again by the son who asks his father that why did somebody attack these towers, and the son sorry, John replies, father replies that because they are jealous of us. So this is not logical reason that he has given to his son, because he didn't want to tell the reality. He didn't want to tell his son that there are other political reasons, there are other historical reasons that have made attackers to attack it. So this is the overall argument of my study, that this novel, We All Fall Down, it is if we study it from the perspective of Brian Anderson, so the writer and the novel, it completely fails to perform the role that it should have performed in the light of all those changes that have occurred in the world. And second thing is that these two characters, they are Americans, but through their attributes, through their conversations, and through their thoughts, and through their beliefs, they have proved themselves to be the real Americans. So Terry Gilton's observation is quite accurate when he says that American people, they think that that God belongs to America, because American nation is the only nation that is refined and and progressed and educated and cultured and free. So this is the conclusion of my study, that this novel, We All Fall Down, it if somebody wants to find the real the real description, or the real picture of those of Americans as described by Terry Gilton, he can read this novel and he would see that Terry Gilton's observations, they are very accurate regarding Americanness of Americans. And they are, I want to make this thing clear, that these attributes are not negative, they are positive attributes, and every nation has its attributes. So these are the attributes observed by Terry Gilton, and I have analyzed this novel in the light of these views of Terry Gilton. Hope I have made my point clear, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to present my paper. Thank you so much.